All right, everyone. Welcome back to TheLostArcader. This is the second volume. This is Brant and
Mark.
Mark.
Remembered this time.
Mark's on the controller. Mark is an ex-teacher who was just telling me about how he used to throat train his students.
Out of context.
Please write all letters to Mark, not Brant, at LostArcader@gmail.com. Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, TheLostArcader. We do have an email address. If you don't want to... Yeah, again, I know half of it's going to be stupid assholes. Shut up. But we do have TheLostArcader@gmail.com. We do also have TheLostArcader at Twitter.
Yeah.
At TheLostArcader. And you can find us on Facebook. Same deal. We managed to corner them all. Lucky us.
Yeah, definitely. That's it's a good thing. And you know, a lot of these will be, while we sit through, cutscenes that we've seen and stuff like that. We'll be talking about bullshit. So feel free to have stuff for us to talk about.
True. You can throw us things to talk about, or if it's Bayonetta, please feel free to masturbate. I know I am.
Yeah, seriously, his pants are off right now.
Hey, I am the king of no pants. You're lucky any day I've got them on, man.
Or unlucky, depending on what.
Well, that's true. Clockwise, counterclockwise. If you get that joke, shame on you.
Alright, yeah, let's, yes.
And Mark is finally playing the game.
Yeah.
Here we are, an entire episode in and a couple minutes. Which, whoops, didn't reset the clock.
That's alright.
So, we stop at, when it says 12 this time? How long did I ramble on?
Maybe a minute, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we'll stop at like 13 or 14. If you guys get a little extra, it's just a tasty treat from the Lost Arcader.
Woo!
By the way, Mark is using the Pro Controller, not the pussified touch controls. If you played with the touch controls, good on you, because it's a wonderful game and everybody should experience it however they can. But, yeah, we're going to be doing this the harder way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Stop looking at my dick. Oh, it said beautiful. I just couldn't.
Just kidding.
I assumed that's what they meant. All right, remember, let them get close in witch time. There you go. So we were talking about heavy stuff at the end of last time, and then immediately started with bullshit again.
I think that's kind of probably going to happen.
A lot.
Yeah, if we haven't said before, we're kind of two stupid assholes sometimes.
I think we've said that extensively. I think the Lost Arcader was the wrong name. Had I not loved Two Best Friends so much, which, by the way, if you haven't checked them out, please feel free to go check them out when you want to see somebody who's good at games and knows what the hell they're talking about. Then you can come back and see us when you're just really high. But, no, we could have been two stupid assholes playing.
Yeah, we really could have, but that's all right.
So, I was telling you something the other night I wanted to talk about when we started, when we were practicing and checking volume levels and the tech and everything. But,
which is actually a big pain in the ass.
Oh, man, guys, hours and hours. You may not see an opening or closing animation screen on these first few videos because I've been working on them for 3 weeks and they're still not good and still not ready. Part of that is I'm too cheap to buy the right software, so I keep looking for free stuff. But we will have that. You'll see the production value go up as we figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, you gotta remember that it takes just forever to do that kind of stuff.
Well, and we record this in my living room, which this is the house we live in. The living room is the center of my house, and the Lost Arcade's really more my office, but and could have wires and everything. But if I left it like this, I would go insane, and my wife would kill me. So we just kind of have to set up and break down every time. But anyway, going back, that was kind of a sandbag tangent that Mark killed my perfect transition to what I was going to talk about, which was end of last episode. We were talking about some religious angles and views, and when we were practicing the other night, testing everything, I told him I wanted to talk about this amazingly weird religious thing about this dude in India that I saw. I was watching this show, a travel show, and it's a guy whose meditation and devotion, he focuses through, you had Shaolin monks who focused through Kung Fu and, cool stuff like that. This dude takes a stick, wraps his wang around it, and curls it up his weenus there from the boober up. Then he twists the stick around like you're rotating a propeller on a rubber band on one of those little glider planes. And it was the most unbelievable thing. The dude totally had no discomfort. He was good to go all day. And, people go, it's like this whole encampment of these wise men, shaman, whatever you'd say, for Hindi, and I'm really sorry I don't know the proper term, but yeah, these religious leaders, and the dude's super devoted, and I'm so behind that.
Oh God, to do that to yourself, yeah, you'd have to be, Jesus.
Well, and the whole time I'm thinking about this, I thought about it, I'm like, I've got to tell Mark this story. And I just couldn't help the image in my head of him accidentally letting go, and you just hear this noise, and the thing shoots straight up in the air through the tent, and then comes down like 3 feet away and buries itself, the stick, halfway in the ground.
Oh, good God.
A new sport founded, instead of the javelin toss, it's the weenus toss. Tiddly weenus?
Oh, you gotta realize too, viewers, that I have the stomach of a incontinent little girl. So just the image of dude like doing that, just it drives me up the wall. I have no fucking clue where I'm supposed to be going. Maybe through the.
I think you jump over. Yeah.
The giant hole in the fence that makes a whole lot of fucking sense. It is odd to me that a lot of fighting games do like the full cutscenes, but they do the kind of film reel type thing.
Apparently I heard a bunch of people were really pissed off that Bayonetta 2 did stuff like this. Like, they look gorgeous, and I like the stylized, but I guess they were expecting on the Wii U and the, air quote in my fingers, next gen, which, don't let me do that. That makes me such a douche when I do that. But,
it's okay. It's the new generation.
They expected everything to be the full motion, I think, and as long as it's well done, I'm okay with it.
And that's one of the things about Nintendo that I really appreciate is they are one of the few people left that still think games are supposed to be fun, and let's have some fun with them. I appreciate that because you get all of these like Call of Duty. Super emotional type shit.
Oh, you mean gray and brown shooter?
And gritty, gritty as shit. I got some.
Please place chest high wall here, to hide behind.
Yeah, and feel proper emotion at this point.
Yeah, the press. Okay, I'm sorry. Yahtzee Croshaw again. If you guys watch Yahtzee, you know what a first-person shooter's called, but. His term is Spunk Gargle Wee Wee games, which I don't play. I played Doom on a floppy disk, and I played Doom 2, which blew my mind because you had 3 full levels to explore. And once Duke Nukem 3D came around, I was like, this is the pinnacle. And I really don't play first-person shooters. Played some Halo just for the story, but I'm lost when it comes to Battlefields and Call of Duty. I've never even booted them before, so that's that's more your realm.
That's my realm, and I do enjoy. And one of the things I really enjoy about the Call of Duties and Battlefields is probably the thing that you would least enjoy is I do like the online. I like being able to come home at lunch or something and just knock out a couple of quick things and piss off some 13-year-olds. Or get pissed off by, more likely. But yeah, I do. I am one of those douchebags that do love some first-person shooters.
Well, that doesn't make you a douchebag. No, it makes me question some of your tastes and choices in life, but it doesn't necessarily make you a douchebag. No, I spend all of my day dealing with the public, and the last thing I want to do is go online and get my ass handed to me and listen to a 12-year-old tell me what a piece of shit I am.
Yeah.
Because that's generally what happens with my online experience. So, but no, I hear in that new Call of Duty, I heard about it with, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Press A to feel.
Press X to pay respects is what it was. Yeah,
Press
you were at
X
your,
to pay respects.
Yeah, you were at your best friend's funeral right after he died, and it was you had to walk up to the casket and press a button to pay respects. It was.
See, I'd want to press Y to mushroom head the widow, but mushroom stamp the widow right on the forehead. But because that's where they lose me. I want something like this, that the story drives me, that it's the emotion, and they do. They've got great music. Mm-hmm. Like each Bayonetta has its own main theme song that they change up and throw around, and a lot of people will say music is a cheap way to get emotion out of you, whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness. But I think they do it really well, and I'd much rather have that than press button
X
to
pay
feel.
respect. Yeah.
I'll press X not to die or press X to win 100 times before I press X to feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like Halo, and I was actually having a conversation with Marcella. We started. Marcella is my soon-to-be wife, and we started Halo 4. She started playing Halo 4 yesterday, so we started that last night. And we're having this conversation about like what actually is good about Halo, because it is as generic as you can get.
Well, but it didn't used to be. I mean, think of nobody ever remembers this or says it, but Halo Advanced Warfare was the original name, Combat Evolved. Yeah. Sorry, not. That's what I know about first-person shooters.
Yeah.
But no, the Combat Evolved, and it was.
Yeah,
it felt different than everything.
It was good, and even still, I think being, Master Chief, you're not really supposed to relate to him. We had this big long conversation about the story, but I do think that first-person shooters don't have to be that Call of Duty-esque, generic cliche that they have totally pigeonholed themselves in. Things can be subtle, and things can be done with the story that can get that emotional response.
Well, and it felt like they were kind of going a certain way to make him, and again, I played him for the story, but I don't remember it. I played through him so fast.
Yeah,
I gave up after 3, really. 2, I remember, ended on this great cliffhanger, pulled me in. Mm-hmm. I played 3. It felt like it was 15 minutes long for the money I dumped into it. And I was shit poor at that time, man. For me to go out and buy that game, that was a lot of money to me at the time. So I was really disappointed in it. But it felt like they were building this story where he was the mind-erased soldier almost.
He's a machine. And those of you who are Halo fans, and you'll know that Bungie did the first 3, and 343 Industries picked it up for Halo 4 after Reach. And Halo 3, I think, it almost feels like a cash grab to me, because they focused so much on multiplayer. But Halo 4, they did a really good job about kind of characterizing him as a machine. It's even laid out in the story, that Cortana says, I wonder which one of us is more mechanical. And they also do a really good characterization of the relationship between Cortana and Master Chief, which was always my favorite part of the story. Was you have an AI that's more human than human, and they're the only two that can relate to each other. So I think they did a good job.
Well, and human-machine relationships are one of my favorite things. I've had a lot of discussions with a lot of my friends who are Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
And while I will never say that Star Trek Voyager was my favorite or had the best episodes or anything, I liked the relationship between the Doctor, who was the hologram, and the crew. And then once he became more human, they introduced 7 of 9, who was the Bayonetta of Star Trek, of course, Jerry Ryan with the tits and ass. Yes. And when you started drooling and probably failed to notice was that she was now replacing the Doctor's point, and the Doctor could then teach her how to regain her humanity, after being the cyborg. And so those kind of relationships to me, I think, are amazing.
Did you watch Her? The movie? her.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet. I know the premise, and I watched some Red Letter Media stuff on it and everything. It sounds pretty good.
It was okay. I don't think it deserved all of the acclaim because I think it was way heavy-handed with some stuff. But I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend giving it a go.
By the way, now that you're playing, do you know what you're doing here?
As far as just murdering the shit out of you?
No, you've got to get the meter up, then use the torture attacks. If you run out of time, you die and start this part over. I got stuck here forever the first time I played, so make sure you're gaining the bars. Gotcha. And if you need me to talk and cover that, I can, but don't get hit or the bar goes away.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. It's in slow mode. How would you get hit?
Shut up, you asshole.
Hey, you're talking to the dude.
How do you get hit? Well, you're fucking me, I guess. Is that
no, you
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there we go. No, you're talking to the dude who like died 3 times in the tutorial in Revengeance, so I can't talk a whole lot.
Yeah, that's part of what threw me off too, because you're already in witch time.
Yeah.
I kept trying to let him hit close to go, I guess my stupid ass was trying to go into ultra witch time or something.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, why isn't this working?
Fuck.
Oh yeah, there it
I
is.
fucking opened my big ass mouth too bad.
Well, you got 2 out of 3 with 2. They're not even real minutes left. They're 100 cycles.
No.
Oh man. You know, so I always thought, you know, my hatred of humanity was something I could talk about on this show, but my last week was so crazy I can't even think about what people did to piss me off.
Yeah, that is kind of one of Brant's things. He has to deal with public, and I'm so glad I no longer have to.
Well, and to be fair, Brant is also Brant. I'm a functioning sociopath, so that sure doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I was also sick till Wednesday. I didn't work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it sucks because at my job it's really hard for me to get time off because they rely a lot on me to be there. And to have 3 days off but to just have to lay in bed sick is the biggest kick to the balls ever.
Yeah, that does suck a whole lot.
Oh, man. Oh, did I tell you? Okay. So I've got a shop for a restaurant. I'm not going to say who or anything. But you go to Sam's. If you own a restaurant, if you run a restaurant, I don't care what suppliers you have, where you get your stuff, you're still going to go to Sam's.
Sure, yeah,
stuff.
we did too. Whenever we had, my family owned a big soccer place. We just went to that for the concession.
So for the concession stand?
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I'll tell the Sam's story next time on The Lost